Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Human Touch program. And this is a program where we invite HR professionals to share insights on the HR profession and the trends that they see coming up in this HR world. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn from our new guest today. His name is Jay. I'm going to hand over the program to Peter, our CEO, to take it from there.
Thank you, Pauline. Welcome, Mr. J. So just
Yes.
to let you and our viewers know, Human Touch is a program that seeks to connect with HR professionals by interviewing them to learn about their personal and career journey. That way we'll be able to empathize with them and know what it takes to run companies. We know that without people, we wouldn't have any company. But this is very critical because people helps our organizations learn. And with me today in the fourth episode of our Human Touch program is none other than Mr. J. Walemba, who is the CEO of JCVs. And I won't take so much of the time introducing himself. I would like him to introduce himself so that we can know more about him, know what he's doing, know his past experience in the HR industry, and some of his aspirations in terms of his future goals. Welcome, Mr. J. So please introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us about yourself.
Yeah, basically, Walemba J, the CEO and founder JCVs, a company that deals with 360 HR consultant services. We started with CVs, doing CVs, and that is our core area. And we really love that part. The CV part is our main thing. That is what has sold us in the market, and that is our identity. So we are based in town, Maendeleo House, 6th floor, room 615. That's where we work from. And so far we have 4 staff who we were working with, and it's a good thing. It's a pleasure being hosted by you guys, and I look forward to giving more information about JCBs.
Amazing. So I know we have a ton of professionals out there. You could have become a software engineer, you could have become a pilot. How did you find yourself in the HR profession? Was it by luck? Was it something you always wanted to do when you were young?
For me, getting into HR was it was by luck, and it's the best decision I ever made, because after high school, I was called to do BBIT at JQuat, but due to school fees, I couldn't manage. I didn't do it. So I preferred now going for a work study program at KCA to do accounts. And by then I had no one now to host me. So I decided, because I was working in industrial area, I decided, let me get something that I can do that will not stress me so much in terms of mentally and financially. So I decided to do HR. And coincidentally, it's been the best decision I've ever made. So for me, HR is the way to go.
Amazing. And did you do any course specific to HR, or was it just accounting?
No, I didn't. I had registered to do accounting, which I didn't do.
Yeah.
I registered with CASNEB and KCA as a student, but I didn't go for HR. Immediately I changed now to HR. So I did a diploma in HR from Railway Training Institute, then a degree from Kenyatta University. So I'm a full HR profession.
Amazing. And I know we always have different circumstances, and I understand you that most of us sometimes go into a field that we never thought would be. by chance or by circumstance, but at the end of the day, it turned out to be the best thing ever, the best decision ever. And I think I'm inspired by a story. So I know you've worked in different companies from your experience, from your profile. And at this point, I would be interested to know, what did you like most about what did you like most about working in the HR sector? What was your typical day like? How do you start your day?
The one thing with the I've basically worked in recruitment consultant firms,
Yeah.
where I work with career management center. Before now, I started working for JCVs, and at career management, we basically we were managing clients. So a typical day in HR for career management, we used to do interviews. Then we could get client issues like disciplinary issues and hearings. So we could go to the client we could organize, go to the client, have a hearing, then make the decision based on the employment laws. So typically for me now, what I do in a day is that I get so many CVs, that is to be honest. And I also do recruitment, but a typical day, I can't go a day without doing 5 to 6 CVs a day. So I arrive at my office at around 6:30. We do a prayer, then we start our day off. So we have mostly we have a schedule to do CVs. We schedule CVs with the staff we have. We schedule CVs, and we can do, if there's no recruitment or no any other engagement, we divide among ourselves about 10 CVs each a day. So, but we can manage around five, depending on the experience of the candidate.
Amazing.
So most of the days is CV full time, and we do work from 6:30, around 6:30 to 5 or 6 in the evening.
Okay. So these are
sometimes.
Sorry, proceed.
Sometimes we can extend up to 8 at night.
Okay, seems you always have a very busy day.
A very busy day, and that is something I like so much.
Okay, all right. Then thank you for finding time to be with us today. So there's someone I talked to, and apparently they wanted to become a police officer, and one of the reasons that they wanted to become a police officer, also in the traffic department, is so that they can harass drivers. You see the way the police officer would raise their arms, and you're like, my God, what is going to happen now? So that was their motivation. And some of the hard decisions that comes with a job, and more so with the HR, includes like firing. Have you ever been in such a situation whereby you are firing someone, where you are recommending someone to be fired? And what is it like to be in the HR? Because we know most of the times the HR seems to be the ever smiling guy, but deep down you know that these guys are doing very hard decisions. What is it like?
So one of the reasons I love being in HR is because it's you have an opportunity to change the lives of the people. You also have an opportunity to develop people around you, and also you have an opportunity to solve people's problem. You can see people who are frustrated, maybe with their line managers, and after talking to them, you can see them improving their productivity and everything. But also there are circumstances when you have to get rid of some people in the organization. It's not an easy task when doing that. And I've been in one situation whereby I had outsourced HR services to another company, and this guy was disabled in a different way, and so he was not performing his job. And when we wanted to relieve him of the tasks, he comes up with a lawyer and tells us that, I'm lame. You're harassing me because I'm lame. So some of the things you have to make someone understand why you're doing that, and it's in the best interest of the company. So making people understand that sometimes is an issue. So people will always blame you. People will always blame you being in HR. Ule HR ndiye alinifuta. But now as a HR, see where you are just following the rules, and maybe someone you put on PIP and they are not performing, there's no improvement in the performance. So you have to do what the law says or the policy. So, but being in HR is a good thing, because working with people is the best thing you'll ever get.
Amazing. So one of the major trends that has happened is COVID. COVID has changed the way we work, not just in HR, but in all sectors of the economy. And what do you see as a major trend or change that will change the human resources in the future, either because of COVID-19 or any other factor?
A trend that maybe we need to adopt in the future is technology, whereby now more people are moving to working from home. I've still some companies are working from home, and the performance is still high. And I even think some of the companies, the performance is higher than they will manage while at work. Then another thing, the trend that we need to adopt also is issues to deal with the digitalization of everything, whereby now the Zoom meetings. Before COVID, I think most of us didn't know about Zoom, me being one of them.
Yeah, also.
And after COVID, now we've learned so many things. The digitalization of meetings and everything has brought in so many changes. So these trends, the companies, I think, the organizations should adopt these changes. Allow people to work from home, give the employees their freedom, and make sure they are giving their best. You know, when an employee is free, they always give their best than when they are pressed.
Okay, amazing. So technology is one of the things, and I think everyone should know that. So this is where we say technology is inevitable. I mean, if you want to survive, you have to adopt technology. So now that you're in the HR and we have someone who is maybe stuck, be it a student, what is it that you would advise them to do to become the HR you are today, or those who are aspiring to join the field of HR?
HR is just like any other profession, and it's just commitment. And when you commit, your commitment will work with commitment, focus, then network with the best in this industry. I think that is what gets you to where you want to be. Personally, for me, it's network that has brought me to where I am today. And I'm still networking until it's not done until it's done.
Yeah.
And I always feel that when you meet new people, when you are networking, you always learn a new thing. So every day you learn a new thing, and by that you get to know more. And for me, I cannot miss an event that is organized by HR professionals unless I'm not around or unless I'm very busy. Because I know when I meet 5 HR professionals, I'll either get a client or I'll either learn something new. So I always go for them. Network is the best thing, is the thing to go.
Amazing. I think I also need to follow you around because we're also looking to be joining these events. Probably next time you have an event, be sure to invite us. And I'm curious.
I'll be inviting you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very curious. What does it make a good CV now that you are in the CV industry? I mean, if I were to ask you, which is that CV that would win me job interviews anytime?
Now, one thing with our job seekers is that our job seekers do not take time when applying for jobs. Another thing is that they use the CV they were taught while in primary school, the one with the name, marital status, sex, the nationality. So that CV takes more of a recruiter's time rather than a recruiter wants a CV that is more is precise and short. but the CV with the name and candidate and the marital status, you'll even get 15 pages. So a recruiter wants a CV that is not more than 4 pages. Even if you've worked for 20 years, a CV that's not more than 3 pages. This CV should be more precise and up to the point. It should be customized to fit the job you're applying for. So basically, that's what our CVs, what we do to our CVs. Then we make them ATS compliant. Because most of the jobs nowadays, it's online application, the ATS. So we make them ATS compliant. We want the best for our candidates. Now we want to change lives. That's where we come in now.
Amazing.
So job seekers take time, and we are trying to. This is a problem that has been there. Any employer is looking for a problem solver. So problem with job seeking is a problem that has been there and will never end. So we are trying to. We want by 2030 to have at least made sure that over 100,000 of the job seekers have gotten jobs through us. So by that we mean that we want to. That's why we go for trainings in schools, trainings in churches, and for groups that organize for trainings. Personally, I've been in training for over around now 7 universities. I'll be going to another university next week for training. The other week, I'm going to another university. So it's something now we are trying to give them this knowledge so that when they leave school, they know what the employers are looking for. Employers are looking for problem solvers. So personally, as Jay, when I came up with JCVs, I saw a problem in job seeking. So when I came to solve the problem, anytime you are solving a problem, you get money. I think now that's a secret we use. You solve a problem, you get money.
Yeah, and I think that's your secret sauce. Yeah, definitely. So, what are your future goals in terms of the HR profession, CVs? What do you want to do? Which direction do you want to take?
For me, my goals basically, I'm looking at. I need to create. I'm looking forward to creating an app whereby now the job seekers will be using the app to create their own CVs. So I'll not have that time to be sitting in the office and doing the CVs myself. So that is basically what I'm looking at. Number one. Then number two, I want to grow into a senior HR and basically influence the decisions that are being made by our institution, the IHRM, the College of Human Resources. I want to be a bigger HR in this country and maybe in Africa.
Amazing. And I think I like that idea where you want to do an app that helps people like me build their own CV on the go, because at the end of the day, I think we all need solutions that can scale. And I think that is also very positive to your business, because you'll be able to even serve more clients, which will now translate to more money. That's a very interesting concept. And I would like to hop in, because our background is tech. And since we are also building technology for the HR ecosystem, let's engage later on that. So finally, we've been having situations, or rather we also more or less have situations whereby SMEs in Kenya normally don't have HR. And I don't know if you have noted that. Most of the small enterprises usually just have like an accountant, probably serving as a HR. And I don't know what impact this have to the businesses. Probably, what are some of the recommendations that you can give these SMEs so that they can improve their HR aspects in their organizations, or even business leaders?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Some of the recommendations.
So I was asking, what are some of the recommendations? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So what are some of the recommendations that you can give to improve human resources in organizations around Kenya, more so to SMEs? Because I know SMEs are the culprits here.
No, basically for SMEs, what happens is that they find themselves in awkward situation, especially when sometimes they fire without considering, they taking into account the labor laws, and they also, you will get that they fire without taking into account the labor laws, which ends up in awkward situation like being sued. So I would like to recommend that for any organization, at least they should have, if they don't have in-house HRs, they should have a consultant coming on board, so that they can guide them on the best practices. Another recommendation will be, at the moment there's been an issue with mental health. Staff have issues with mental health. Mental health has become an issue in terms also. So staff are not performing well, and we've seen so many suicide cases because of issues related to the job and maybe family affairs. So the HR at the moment should always want to know what is happening with this staff, maybe in terms of performance. He's been performing well, but now he's not performing well. They should go deep and get to know the reason behind that. So another thing is that they should always give feedback to employees in terms of whether it's performance, whether it's on recruitment. The HR should give feedback to employees. It's always good to have them, when you give feedback, it's always good, because the staff will always know that the employees will always, if you are a job seeker or an employee, getting feedback is something that it makes you understand what's going on, and you make the decision hastily. So whether to go on.
You're losing you. Hello.
No, I'm on.
Okay.
It's just my network has an issue kidogo.
Okay.
You've heard me?
I missed the last point.
The last point was about giving feedback, whether it's to employees or to job seekers.
Amazing. And
yeah.
I guess that's bring us to the end of the show. And now we'd like to have the parting shot. What would you like to part the shot with?
What I would like to tell, for me, basically, I would like to tell job seekers, let them, wasiseme hakuna job. Job ziko. Let them align themselves well to the jobs that are available, and let them, after aligning themselves well, let them go for the jobs that are there. We have so many jobs that are being advertised on a daily basis, whether it's an accounting, whether it's in HR, all professions. Let them align themselves well. Jobs are there, and let them go for it. Wasiseme hakuna kazi, kazi ziko. The time they take on social media should be translated to job seeking.
Amazing. Guys, you've heard Mr. J. He says that there's enough job for all of us. And just like a lady I like saying, there's something for everyone. So likewise, there's a job for everyone. So work on your CV, get in touch with JCVs. They will help you customize your CV depending on the job that you are applying. And I think from what I heard is most of the job seekers don't know how to customize their CVs. They just put the same CV they have been putting 5 years back, whether it's an entry position, a mid-level position, and probably that's why they don't get the interviews. Thank you, Mr. J, for honoring our request to join this interview. And we're very excited for you to be part of this show, episode 4. And I think we'll put it in our records that you are the 4th guest. And at this juncture, I'd like to thank you and wish you a very happy weekend. And let's talk. See you soon.
Thanks so much. A pleasure. Happy weekend too.
All right. Thank you.